How do I best prepare for the TOEFL test, for the test of English as a foreign language that I need as an international student to study in the US? There are 5 tips I want to share with you in this video. So let's get started. Point number 1 is actually something like this. Get yourself a test book. Just so you have, well, I guess a book also has a psychological effect over the app. You actually have something physical in your hand. You know, there are mobile phone apps, I guess, that help you prepare for all kinds of tests. But you know what your mobile phone does. It pings you, it distracts you. So if you have a book, then you really, your chances of being more focused is increased in this distraction 21st century. Also, don't feel like you have to buy the most expensive, newest version. Really, you don't, because the TOEFL test hasn't changed much over the past years, which actually gets me to point number 2. Familiarize yourself with the actual structure of the TOEFL test. You don't need the 2022 book. As I'm recording this video, it's 2022. You can buy a used version from 2020 or 2019 and still be able to perform in an amazing way. But again, know what the TOEFL test exists of, which is reading, writing, listening, and speaking. 4 parts essentially, and each part of those 4 have the same weight in terms of the final grade, namely 25%. So even if you feel like, you know, I'm really good at understanding English, I'm also really good at speaking it, you're already 50% there, which is fine to get into a lot of universities already. So that's just, you know, personal preference. Some people struggle more with reading, some people struggle more with writing. Don't be ashamed of yourself if your English level isn't where you want it to be on all 4 of these levels. Again, it's the test of English as a foreign language. Nobody expects perfection here. But point number 3, of course, you want to be as close to people who speak English perfectly, namely watching English movies, reading English books. Just get your subconscious ready and in sync with the English language. Tune yourself into the vibe, the English language. I guess even watching this channel might help you, even though I'm not a native speaker, I'm a foreign speaker. Just getting your brain to digest, for lack of a better word, the English language more often is going to help you in the TOEFL test, because English helps you score better. Also, there's obviously a cross-learning effect. If you feel like, I don't have the time to prepare for my TOEFL test because I'm busy with schoolwork, just know that the TOEFL test will have a good positive impact on your English exam. And that next English exam that you prepare for also has a good cross-learning effect on taking the TOEFL test well. That being said, point number 4, still make sure that you start early, start to practice early, because, you know, what's this video worth if you have the test tomorrow? Our recommendation is to start at least 1 quarter, at least. Obviously, I'm not telling you that if you're motivated to start to prepare a year before, you could do it, but also don't burn yourself out, don't lose the momentum. So those 3 months before the test, buying that book then is probably a good pace, and if you then invest an hour a day, that should be pretty good already. I know some people struggle with self-discipline here, but just keep in mind what the end goal is, namely your studies in the US. And then point number 5, as you have all your materials together and you're practicing, always make sure that you simulate as many tests as you can under the given time frame that the TOEFL test allows you for all of these individual elements. For example, speaking. If you take the test, I think it's about a minute of a monologue that you can't prepare much. So don't throw yourself into a situation in the first time when you take the live test where you're surprised, oh my God, I need to speak for 1 minute now. The book won't ask you to, well, the book will ask you to do it, but the book won't test you on it. So have a stopwatch and then and see what comes out of your mouth if you have to speak for 1 minute about a topic. And then judge yourself. There's also TOEFL Test tutors out there, but I guess with a little bit of self-reflection, even if you want to be on your own, it can already you can already go places. But I really want to stress this point. Make sure that you know what are the time constraints for each of those 4 sections, so that when the test date hits and you're there, you're not surprised by, oh my God, I didn't know I only have 30 seconds left now. Because you know you could pace yourself from the beginning because you've done that reading or writing section 6, 7, 8 times in the past doing your own practice tests. So again, let me summarize those 5 points for you. First, buy that book, not just the app, buy that physical book because it helps you focus. Then second, make sure that you know the elements of the test. And don't just focus on reading, not just focus on writing, just know that all 4 points count into your final, all 4 sections count in your final grade. 3, familiarize or get yourself immersed to the English language as much as possible with English books, English movies. Number 4, start practicing early. And number 5, start practicing the actual SAT test with the actual structure of the SAT, especially in terms of timing. I hope that helped you. If you have any other questions about other admission documents, requirements, things that you need to submit to universities in the US and eventually study there, get a scholarship, for international students, then make sure that you give this video your thumbs up, like this channel, subscribe it, really, because then you're not going to miss any updates, and we can keep you posted and make sure that your journey to the US is a smooth one. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions, and most importantly, get on the phone with one of our experts. That, by the way, that phone call, we offer this in English too. So if you feel like, hey, I'm just going to use the experts behind this channel to speak to for 15 minutes, we're just going to ask you questions about yourself, by the way. If you book the phone call under this link, we may ask you, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you currently from? What's your goal to study in the US? Where do you want to study? What makes you special? All these are things that our application experts eventually want to know to help you out. So that's a little trick for you. Register below and use that as your speaking preparation if you want to. And we wish you all the best and hope to see you soon. Until next time, and bye for now.